What's happening? We are live, baby. Live, right? Live right now on my YouTube channel. Gonna do this for about an hour. Join me over here and let's talk about it. It's Wednesday, baby. Live right now on my YouTube channel. Gonna do this for about an hour. Join me over here and let's talk about it. It's Wednesday, baby. Live right now on my YouTube channel. Gonna do this for about an hour. Join me over here and let's talk about it. It's Wednesday, baby. Live right now on my YouTube channel. Gonna do this for about an hour. Join me over here. What's up, Josh? Let's talk about it. It's Wednesday, baby. Live right now on my YouTube channel. Gonna do this for about an hour. Join me over here and let's talk about it. It's Wednesday, baby. What's happening, guys? Live right now on my YouTube. What's happening, A. Murray, Durf, Josh? What is up? How is everyone? It is Wednesday, and we have made it over the hump. Thank God. Man. Oh, how's you guys' week going? What's happening, Matt Wilson? Stephen Doolittle. What's up, fellas? How is everyone? Enjoying this week so far? I am. I get to work on a PT Cruiser tomorrow. And I'm not even mad about it. PT Cruiser tomorrow. Oh, I got lucky, man. I've had a hard time this week getting work. It's been kind of hard to get started in the morning. And had a PT Cruiser this afternoon for I think right before lunch for check AC and check brakes, and I had a bunch of stuff going, and I know racks because I got a Honda torn down. What's up, Blake? I got a Honda torn down with a burnt valve. So I got the head sent off to the machine shop, and so I'm dealing with one rack right now. So, man, let me ask you guys something. So I've always worked in a shop where we have normal lifts. It kind of goes up at a normal rate. All right. And it goes down at the same rate. You guys ever seen turbo lifts? Like, wah, click, 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 click. I mean, that fast up through. What's up, Ag Tech? Daniel Carlson, what's happening? Have you guys ever seen a lift that goes that fast? Well, this shop has a bunch of them. Most of them are those lifts, except for the truck lifts. The big truck lifts, they're really slow, but they're like the arms extend out like 3 sections, and we can lift like dually long bed crew cabs in there. Um, so I kind of worked out. I've got one truck lift, which is good because I work on trucks, and I don't know what brand like. Um, and um, I got one truck lift that goes up pretty high, and then pretty fast and high. And then I have another one that's the fast lift. Well, it's always a bummer when you get something that you want to have on your turbo lift, but you can't. Like right now, the Honda's stuck on my fast lift, and so I'm using my slow lift for everything. And I've got a PT Cruiser for a timing belt, and the AC line, and then I got to fix some wiring in the front and front brakes. So it'd be pretty good to go in and have work right off the bat. So it's always nice. Have you guys ever seen a '08 F450 that to replace the gearbox, it requires the Pitman arm be changed? You guys ever seen that? What's up, Anthony Robles? What is happening? Hey, let me know if my connection gets bad. When I was on with Justin last week, it was kind of iffy, but before that, it was fine. So AgTech, thanks for the compliment on the intro. That was awesome. I'll have to tell Mrs. Nuts about that. She worked on that and got me all set up one day. The intro and the outro. What's happening, Blue Gloves? And then for my birthday, she got me a session with someone for to work on my logo and to help me with my YouTube banner. So I'm pretty stoked about that. So, man, you know what I'm stoked about is I bought tools and I've already been able to use them. Usually you buy tools, and even if you need it every single day, the minute you buy it, you don't need it for a long time. And then you look at it, you're just kind of sad, like, oh man, I can't believe that I bought that tool and now I'm not using it. I got to use that S hook the next day to do front struts on the Tacoma, and it worked out perfect, man. I tell you what. And this Tacoma would have been one of those where there was absolutely nowhere to pry. Absolutely nowhere. So it would have been real difficult. I know it's difficult because I've done it before. But yeah, that S hook, man, that made life so nice. Am I familiar with the push buttons 4x4 on the 03 Tahoes? Yeah, I believe so. Oh, Blake, that sucks, man. That sucks. AgTech, and she got me a ring light for the garage too. So pretty stoked about that. Whenever I have to film at home, my lighting is all screwed up, and I always end up filming like facing a crappy wall, and it's because I can't aim the other way because of the fluorescent lights. And so she got me one of those ring lights, and you got the phone in the middle, and it's got the light. You could change the lighting, and it makes you look all beautiful. And so yeah, so pretty stoked about that. Yeah, what's up, Steven? You have a problem with one or what? Yeah, that sucked, Blake, man. I'm sorry, dude. Is it an old compressor? Is it just time to replace it, or is it one you can get fixed? Man, I had a weird problem today. Nothing's worse than when you get something. What's happened in Country Mile Garage? Nothing worse than when you get something and it. So I had today. I get a '07 '07 Yukon, and writer says, "Okay, go. Um, uh, oh my God, it's out front running. It's got the ABS light on. If you turn it off, the ABS light turns off. So okay, all right. So go get in, pull it around, scan it. It's got a CO 161 for a brake switch for ABS. All right, and then it's got a CO 899 for low voltage to the ABS module. All right. So I go look up the information and I'm trying to figure it out, trying to just, research how the system works and everything. Anyways, it's one of those things where they don't really tell you a whole lot. They don't tell you there's important pieces of information that you don't know if you don't work for the manufacturer, right? You have to figure out on your own. So basically, I would bring it in. It's got the traction light on and the ABS light on. So I'd scan it, and it would have the code. I would clear the code, but the lights wouldn't turn off all the time. And so I'm using Snap-on scanner. In the Snap-on scanner, the only PID that I have available is the brake pressure voltage PID. And all that does is it's zero 0.5 when it's not applied, and it goes to about 1.2 when you push the brakes. Well, it depends on how hard you push them and if the truck's running or not. But anyways, it was around 1.3 volts with the brake pedal depressed. So every time I hit the brakes, it worked. Every time I hit the brakes, I'm like, what the heck's going on, man? So I do some research and I find out that this code can set if you touch the brake pedal while you're accelerating. Okay, so are we dealing with that? All right, so let's look further. So looking further, as I'm testing this thing, I noticed that when I started it, we have those mechanic ears, right? Every time you start a car, you're always like, you could be like doing anything in the world, but when a car starts, always hear it. Yeah, oh, that one needs a battery. Be sitting there, and there'll be somebody like 3 cars down. They'll start the car, and be like, oh, you're gonna need a battery, or something like that. What's up, Durf? So anyways, and so then I'm like, then I have to go and mess with the battery. So it's got the newer trucks, the battery is like way in there. You got to take off the little, corner bracket. So I go in there, then it's got to charge the battery, test the battery. It's got to do all this crap. What's up, occupant? It's got to do all this crap. And so, anyways, turns out the battery's fine. All right. So now I was wasting a whole bunch of time. All right. So then I'm messing with the Snap-on scanner, and the lights are on, but there's no codes. I'm like, what the hell's going on? I'm going through every system. I'm clearing codes. I'm doing a whole system reset, a code clear. It just doesn't make sense. I'm like, okay. And so I don't know if everyone's aware of this, but sometimes you get a car where if you're hooked up to the ABS light will be on while the scanner is hooked up and you're in the ABS module. Can't recall what manufacturers. I just always know in my head that some manufacturers and some models do that. So I'm like, all right. So anytime you have a weird issue, try a different scan tool. You can't get communication, whatever it is. So then I go get the Autel scanner and you scroll down and I notice that it's got a PID for brake pedal applied or released. Okay, cool. So luckily there was somebody behind me that was working on a Fiat in a door, and he could see the back of the car. So then I'm pressing the brake pedal, and all of a sudden I press the brake pedal and it's like released. I'm like, oh shit. Danny, hey, do I have brakes? He's like, no. So I pushed the brakes a few times. He's like, no, they're not working. Okay, cool. It's happening right now. So I go get my, my power probe, go over there, because now this is something where you can use a power probe for, because all you're going to see is power and ground. That's it. Is the switch opening and closing. That's it. And so anyways, so I go over there and I look at the wiring diagram, and there's like 5 wires, I think. And on the wiring diagram, you can see, now this is the part that they don't tell you, that there's 2 switches inside the brake switch. One of them is a brake signal that goes down to the EBCM, I believe, and the other one goes up to something else, right? So these 2 go to 2 separate places. Maybe one is showing that it's released and pressed, and the other one is showing voltage. Who knows? Maybe that's why I had codes. I had no codes and lights, because maybe there was detecting a problem on the other side of the switch. I don't know. But anyways, I get the scope, hook it up, and while I'm testing it, sure enough, I push the brake pedal. I've got power. It's not switching to ground. So I'm sitting there holding it, and as I make sure I don't have any brakes, okay, and as I wiggle the pedal, it goes ground and then back to power. I'm like, okay, I got a bad brake switch. And so anyway, so I put a brake switch in it and fixed it. And I had a couple people message me saying, "Oh, module or connector." That's what I was first thinking. But now here's the kicker. I go to put my notes in, and I go in the inspection, and it says free second opinion. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I didn't know that we offered that. But nobody told me. It was like, surprise. Here's like 2 hours you wasted on this car. I got to figure it out. Put the brake switch in this afternoon, and everything's fixed. So It was all good, and luckily it wasn't one of those ones where I had to spend a lot of time trying to duplicate it. It happened like every single time. So, all right, hang on, Steven. Let me get caught up here really quick because I can't stay on as late tonight. I gotta got something to. Yep, I like that, man. That made me happy. And I got to use my torque wrench a few times. So, does anybody in here have the S hook? Anybody have the OTC S hook? All right, hang on. Blue Gloves is let's see what he's saying. Got a O2 Cummins, and when it comes to a stop, RPMs take a while to come back to idle. It's got me stuck. Well, that's got like a. Doesn't it have like a throttle valve? O2 Cummins. Does the O2 have a throttle valve? I can't remember. Oh, nice. Colorado. New radiator and condenser. Hell yeah, that's awesome. Oh, you're working on a friend Chevy Colorado. Okay. So that's like a favor, or is that side work, Murray? We got caught up here. Yeah, like it does have a throttle. I thought it had a throttle valve. Pretty sure. It's hard to remember all of them, since I don't work on. We have a new guy in the shop, and he's from Nissan. He worked for Nissan for 30 years, and so anytime you talk to him about a Nissan, like he's doing the head gaskets on a. I think it's like a 13 3.5 Murano, and I think that's correct. Anyways, he didn't send the heads out to be machined or anything and checked. I'm like, man, I keep asking him questions because I can't imagine pulling heads off in a shop and not sending them to the machine shop, even if they straight edged out okay, just because of like we have like a 3-year, 36,000-mile warranty, or we might even have like a 4-year long warranty. And anyways, it's just a trip to listen to somebody from the manufacturer talk about stuff because I've never worked with anybody that had like extensive dealership, um, extensive dealership experience like that. So yeah, I don't think it'd be the injectors though, Blake. I mean, it could be a cam sensor. Oh yeah, hit that like button if you guys don't mind. That'd be awesome. All right, let's see. Here we go. All right, all right, here we go. Let's tell about Steven. If everyone isn't watching his comments here. So the push button light every once in a while will change to a different position on its own, especially when it sits for a while. Always keep it on too high. It sat for a week, and when I was in it switched to neutral when I started it, but was not because it was not free moving. I pressed too high, did not switch. Put in neutral, pressed too high, went in. Another time when I was driving it, went to auto. Well, that's the switch in that one, isn't it? I'm not 100%. I'm not a so to speak, a Chevy guy. I'm an everything guy, but I would think you'd have a bad switch because the actuator wouldn't be switching around that much. Oh, it could be the computer. I had one that had to replace the computer on. Hang on. They all most of the time do it that way. You don't have too much fuel pressure drop at once. Wait, I must have. Hang on. What did I miss? Oh, okay. Here we go. Here we go. All right. Yes, fuel pressure stays above 12 psi, so it's above acceptable. So you think maybe a cam sensor. Okay, I got it now. Let's see. Oh, well, see, there you go. That's good. That's good. It's better to fix it now, and instead of him trying and then you having to go and refix it and figure out what he did wrong, like even the caps on the radiator. My friend Davion, who's in the tech stock and shop, they had a new guy start like I don't know, it was like 5. I'm horrible at time. 5 months ago, maybe longer, I can't recall. Anyways, they had a new guy start. First thing he did was put an engine in, and he left the cap on the radiator, and he couldn't figure out why the water pump had no flow. Uh, oh yeah, oh my God, Anthony, it is awesome, man. I got to use it yesterday. I was doing struts on a Tacoma, and those control arms are real hard to push down. I mean, really hard to get that strut in there just right, because it's got to go in the backside under the axle. It's kind of dumb, but anyways, yeah, I got to use it right away. That was awesome. The only thing that I don't think it's going to work with is, so I just recently got to try out a 58-inch Dominator pry bar, and it's thicker than my biggest Matco one, which is only like a 3.5 footer. So, and I'm pretty sure that it's not going to fit through the eyelet. I have to check. I meant to check yesterday, but I was busy. I was busy trying to get everything done. So, um, but I haven't got to use that big pry bar yet. But let me tell you, it's nice. I worked at a shop that had one leaning up against the wall by the alignment rack, and oh man, it was just nice. Yeah, but then you got to put the clamp on and all that. Man, that thing costs $16. I'm telling you, buy that thing, you're gonna be like, you just slip it on, pry bar through, boom, you're down. And then and then when the pry bar slips and and then everything falls and but anyways, it's really nice actually. I actually yesterday, I'm not even kidding. I was sitting on the handle of my pry bar and pushing down with my ass while I was wiggling this, and I was trying to pry up on the strut and finagle the bolt in, and man, it was nice. I was literally sitting on the pry bar thinking that I hope nothing bad happened, because it would have been real bad. Uh, I've been looking up OH crap tools. What are OH crap tools? I know what crap tools are. What is OH? I'm sure I'm missing something. It became your most expensive drawer. Yeah. Those are like the priceless tools, man. The ones that just yeah. Did anybody ever respond to Steven? Did I miss anything? Steven, I'd have to look up like a I'd have to look up. I mean, I'm thinking that I highly doubt it's the actuator with something like that. Um, I mean, maybe, but I know the actuators are crap. But I'm thinking. I mean, I'm thinking you got a problem with the switch or the module. Um, yeah, Steven, I'd have to look it up, man. I'd have to. That's not something I could really give you an answer to. So sorry, man. I wish I could help you more there. Uh, all right. So Dearth is really considering moving over into some current automotive. Fleet trucks, probably. Not super happy in the equipment field. What kind of trucks, Dearth, are you looking at working on? Like light duty trucks. And then there's my friend Davion. See, his ears were burning. He knew I was talking about him. He was like, I better get on. I hear mommy. I know he's talking about me. What is Matt, what are you talking about? What did I miss? Oh man, let me tell you, Anthony Robles, I have not used it yet. It's brand new, it's sitting on top of my boxes. But let me tell you, it is about a little over an eighth of an inch thicker than my big Matco pry bar. So I was really impressed with the fact that the bar itself increased in thickness, and they didn't just make it longer. So then you're not going to have as much flex out of it, because I mean, it's quite a bit longer than like the normal long pry bar. So, anyways, yeah, I'll let you know if I have any problems with it when I go to use it. That's not something you use very often, but when you need it, man, you need it. Um, I'm thinking you got a bad switch, man. You can get those, man. Just get a switch and pop it in. Honestly, Steven, that's what I do on stupid crap like that. I just get a switch, order it, and El Dorman makes one. I know because the last one I worked on, I don't even think it was available from the dealer. We had to get it from Dorman. It was not available anywhere else. So okay. So what size are you, Anthony? So on if you on my video that I have a link in the description to the Amazon. It's because it's Walden, something like that. I have a link in the description though. Check that out, and you'll see that. Bill Beckett's in the house. What's up, man? Um, yeah, yeah, you'll love that, man. It's fantastic. Holy moly, that thing is awesome. What's all right? What's an affordable code reader or entry level scan tool for a home shop? Oh wow. What kind of manufacturers are you working on, Nick? Or are you looking to work on? Like, are you thinking like scan tool, or generic scan tool? I don't know. Oh. Oh, that's what you said. Let me see. Okay. All right. That's what I thought. I kind of had a feeling, Matt. Um, but I just didn't get a chance to try it. I even thought about it afterwards. I looked up in my pry bar and I was like, dang it. And I was like in a hurry because it was like, everything's got to go now. Everything has to go, yesterday. And everything's ASAP. So it was like, get this done right after lunch. I didn't have a chance to mess with it. Is that what you were doing? The body mounts on the F-350 Avion? Yeah, you know what, Anthony? I would just pop the switch in, man. Pop the switch in and see if it takes care of it. But that's what I would do if it was mine. The very first thing I would do is get a switch and pop it in there and just try it. It's so easy, so simple. You can return it. That's what I do on stuff like that. So. Oh yeah, man, be careful. You know what else I just found out? Lyle does not warranty off of Amazon. So kind of disappointed in that one. So I mean, I get it. I was talking to one of my coworkers. He was explaining it to me how it works. Um, but I still don't get it. I mean, if you have a tool and you sell it and you guarantee, it for life, and it breaks, then you should take care of it. So that's just me. Yeah, I think it's the switch. That's my guess. So Steven, let me know. Okay, so Nick, all right, so Ford, Honda, GM. So Davion maybe could help you. He just bought a scan tool. Davion, let Nick know what kind of scan tool you just bought. Uh, I can't recall. He has a video about it. I don't know about cost or anything like that. I haven't been I haven't been in the market for buying a scan tool. Oh, well, Anthony, what were you asking about earlier? Hang on. All right. Let's see. Light duty gas trucks. What? Gas? No diesel? Get out of here, Durf. Nah, I'm just kidding. Oh, okay. F-250, Ford, Chevy, heavy duty type stuff. I lack a lot of technical knowledge in that arena. I'm a decent service tech. Oh, there you go, man. That's what you got to do right there. That's what I told my son. So my son is 19. He just turned 19. And, he works at Chipotle. He's worked there for a while now. And, he has aspirations to not work at Chipotle. He doesn't. He didn't go to school because Corona and all that crap. So, um, and so he's not real sure what he's going to do, where to go, and I'm like, we have this dismantle. He drives an Infiniti and he loves it, and he loves everything about Infiniti, and so he's become best friends with Dismantler Infiniti place. And I keep telling him, I'm like, dude, then go down there and just say, hey, look, I want to get in the industry. I'm a hard worker. I'm a fast learner, and I'm gonna pay attention. And maybe not that place, but another place will get you in the door. You might sweep the floor for a little bit, and then hey, this is how you do it. You get in there, you sweep the floor, and then hey, what's that? Oh, that's a radiator. What's that? Oh, that's a condenser. What's that? That's the wheel bearing. Start to learn stuff. Here, you want to try something? Hey, if you guys get a chance, let me know. I would love to try it out. Kind of learn a little bit, and then hey, next thing you know, you're doing an oil change, maybe help pulling off the front bumper, whatever. Start to learn, and that's how you do it. So I told him, just do that. Get your foot in the door. Go somewhere that you'll want to work. So, oh, okay, there you go, Steven. Just make sure you can return it. Oh wow! Look at this guy soaking up all the gravy. 8 body mounts. I've never replaced a body mount. What was it? F350? What was the What was it? Was it a 6-liter? I got a guy, and there's one right now in the shop. And oh wait, my other guy, he's doing upper and lower oil pans and a gearbox. And so my manager told me something this afternoon, pretty interesting. On an '08 F450, there was like a 3 or 4 month window that they have a different gearbox in there and a different arm. So if you get a gearbox for it, they don't make that gearbox anymore. You get the normal one. So when you put it in there and you get your pitman arm does not go on the new gearbox. You have to replace the pitman arm. Pretty interesting. I was actually really surprised to hear that. So you know why? It's because I've done like probably 8 of those gearboxes. I've done a bunch of gearboxes in F450s in the '08. '08. Yep. Anthony, I was very surprised to hear that. I actually had to go and look it up for myself. Very disappointed. Very disappointed. I just can't believe that. So yeah, and you know what? You know what I found out is so some of the places like, and I'm gonna get this wrong. ETR Garage, what's up, man? I'm gonna get this wrong, but there are some places. Oh my god, I sound like I was about to sing you guys a song. Oh man, what is the company? Oh man. So there's some of these companies that, God darn it, what is the company? That when you buy tools, you get a credit for the next purchase. So your next purchase, you get money back, or you're getting money off of your next purchase, based on the money you spent. So it's like cash rewards. And from what I heard, it's Tekton. Tekton, the young guy at my shop that told me about the S-Hook that showed me that, he's the one that told me that a lot of times Tekton is cheaper. Some of those places are cheaper than Amazon because you get that credit for the next time. So like it'll be more expensive today, but then your next purchases will just be cheaper, as you go. So I don't know. All right, here we go. Yeah, it was Super Clean. Is that the one that was they bought for construction? Sold it to one of our fleet account guys that does construction. Ah, sweet. Wow, and they get destroyed. ETR Garage. What's happening, man? Oh, look at that. Steven is my man right there. Oh, look, we got Anthony Tran in the house. What's up, man? Thanks for joining the chat. I appreciate it. Oh, there you go, right there. Yeah, we got an Autel at the shop. I don't know which one it is, but it's the smaller one. At my old shop, we had the smaller one Then we had a big heavy duty one, and that one could do NPRs. And I never had any Mitsubishi Fusos when I was there. I had them before, but none while I was there. I don't know anything about any scan tools. I only use the Autel we have, and then the Snap-on scanner, and so I know CP, and I think he has quite a bit of info about scan tools too. I know he's like real big into. Oh, is that? Oh my God! It was an early 6.7. It was like the baby 6.7. Wow, that's like the first year they made those things. Dang, checkmate in the house. What's up, brother? Thanks for joining the chat. I appreciate it. Yes, there you go. Occupant. Yeah, Tekton and Capri. Forgot about Capri. There we go. And now everybody's just going to copy Occupant. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, Jim Lucky's in the house. What's up, dude? How's it going, man? Man, you know what, Durf, man, you got mad skills, boy. I watch you work on that stuff, and you're mechanical. You got a mechanical mindset, and you're gonna get your foot in the door, man. Telling you, do that. You're gonna be happy. I think. I think you'll be happy. I hope you'll be happy. Because man, I mean, unless you want to work on the same stuff, because it seems like you work on some of the stuff that you work on is similar. You know, I mean, it depends on what kind of independent shop you go to, but man, I get a lot of different things. But kind of you don't get that you don't get that dealership vibe where it's always the same thing, and you know what's wrong with this one, and you already know everything. And I mean, I never wanted to go down that road. So, anyways, but I think if you're thinking about it, man, I would jump into it, man. You got this. Oh, she's in there resting up. She's not feeling good this evening. Well, I'm not going to stay on super long and go in and make sure she's okay. Thank you for asking. I'll let her know you said hello. Really interesting. I only have one thing. I think I only have one thing. And it's the Long Allens that I made a video about. And the one thing I don't like about them is they're held in by an Allen screw. And it's not even an Allen screw. And the thing I don't like about that design, the way any sockets like that, the thing I don't like about it, is it's not setting into a chamber on the Allen or whatever it is. So eventually it just gets loose. And then if you're not careful and you don't pay attention, you'll lose that little lock. So that part I don't like about it. I definitely, when I was just doing, oh man, what was I just doing? Oh my God. I had all kinds of crap. Oh man, what job was that? Anyways, I was doing a job where I actually had to take one of the Long Allens out of the socket and tape it up into something else to do a job. But anyways, and so now what I do is before I use any of those Tekton sockets, I just automatically just get a Allen and just kind of give them a little crank, So, but yeah, I don't like that. That is one thing I don't like. If you're ever going to buy any Allen's Torx or anything like that, long, short, medium, long, it doesn't matter. If it has a little set screw, man, I don't recommend it. I don't recommend it because you're going to lose that set screw. So, anyways, it's just my opinion. So, okay, there you go. Capri does also. Yes, thank you, Jim. I appreciate that. Yeah, that's the other thing is you want to make sure it has bi-directional controls, and then also if you're working on Ford, Chevy, and Honda, you got to remember you're in domestic, and now you just stepped into Asian. You got to make sure it covers that kind of stuff. So that's important. That's very important. Oh, thank you, Blake. I'll let Mrs. Nuts know that. Yeah, I was very, very excited when I heard that. I saw that. Oh man, this is my biggest fan club right here. Text Talking Shop. What's up, man? Thank you very much for the compliment. I appreciate it. Oh, I'll let her know. Thank you, AgTech. I appreciate that. Today's National Beer Day. Well, good thing I'm having a beer. I'm having a tall can of 805. I bought it this weekend, and then I know I got a case of 805 for my birthday. And so I ended up because I wasn't sure if I was getting anything, so I stopped and got a couple tall cans, and then Mrs. Nuts got me a case of 805s. So, is that Jude over there? What do you guys think about our Wrench series? I'm in it. Don't worry. Uh, a torch. Oh man, I don't know. Don Fixit's in the house. Thank you for joining the chat, by the way. A torch for home. You know, that's one thing that I've only used. Actually, I've never really used it. I've seen it used twice, helping me out. I just have never been in an environment where I need to use it a lot, and I got somebody to show me and practice and all that. I had a Honda, you know, the old Hondas where the rotor was held on from the backside by bolts, and it was like a hub style, and you would have to take off the upper and lower ball joint and the tie rod, and then bring it over and knock the rotor off. Anyways, the screws stripped out for that, and so my boss had to take a torch and just melt the screws out. It was actually really cool. And then I had a 1-ton Dodge truck that the ball joint would not come out of, and we tried everything, and then eventually one of the guys had to cut it out with a cutting torque. So yeah, see, everyone I think is going to have a lot of better info for that. One thing I'm trying to get into welding. I want to weld more. We don't do any welding at the shop. We have like a Harbor Freight welder that doesn't have gas or anything, and those things aren't that good. So but yeah, I really want to get like a welder for home, and I want to start messing around because I MIG welded for like, I mean, not every day, but I MIG welded for, I was at a shop for six years, I think. And I did all my own catalytic converters, did a bunch of like custom exhaust, and yep. Oh, is A. Murray having a Heineken? That's what he said. He's having Heineken right there. Yeah, you definitely need heat, man. I got at work. We have a torch at work. Actually, we have a cutting torch. I'm pretty sure I saw it on the ground. Yeah, because doesn't a cutting torch have a red and green hose going to it? Pretty sure it's cutting torch. I know I sound dumb, but we don't have much. Thank God I live in California. We don't get a lot of rust. We don't have to use torches that often. But I'm pretty sure like the red and green hoses going to the end. That's a cutting torch. Pretty sure. Um, so, or maybe there's multiple different kinds of stuff that has that, but I'm pretty sure it has small tanks and everything. But anyways, you got your bong. Oh, Durf's gonna take hits from the bong. All right. Yep. Remember those Hondas? I remember when I first started, we used to have a company come out. We used to have this mobile guy, and he would come out and he would turn those rotors on the car. And it was a pain because you had to have the car racked up, you had to have everything moved out of the way, and you had to wait for him to get there, and you had to wait for him to do the job. And all he would do is he would come, and this is one where it was a portable on the car lathe, so he would actually drive the car. Anyways, once I got there, I was like, why are we doing this? Why don't we take it off and just charge more? And then so that's what we started doing, and we never do that anymore. And we would just pull them off, go resurface them or whatever, and then put them back together. So Oil pan gasket. 01. Where do you live, Don? First, do you live like in a rusty area? Is the exhaust rusty? Um, that's the first question. And then I'll tell you what I was going to tell you after that once you answer that question. Because I have a couple tips that will help you, unless it's really rusty. Oh, there you go. Anthony's been too. We had at the first shop I was at, we had a MIG welder with gas and everything, and well, obviously MIG welding with gas. But anyways, and we had a hydraulic pipe bender and an expander on one end and a bender on the other. So, excuse me, it was actually really cool. I did some really cool custom exhausts with that thing on some really cool vehicles. So Octopus sort of knows how to weld. Yep. Okay, that's what I thought. Thanks, checkmate, and thanks for everyone not saying I'm a dumbass for not knowing the answer to that question. Um, nice. What's the difference between a stick welder and a MIG welder? What is the only difference that the MIG welder is the wire is fed through the welder and the stick you have to hold it? Is that the only difference between a MIG welder and a stick welder? Um, if anybody has an answer to that, awesome. Yeah, I'm not. Nah, I had to build. Holy crap, man! I had to make. Um, I oh okay. I had to make a. We had this guy who bought this new like Colorado truck way back in the day, and he wanted a 5-way rotation every time on his oil changes. And so to do that, the only way to do that was to get a wheel and tire for a spare, because that truck doesn't have that. Well, the opening doesn't fit for the factory tire, so I had to custom make a holder for the spare tire. I was so nervous because I'm sitting there welding this thing and I'm thinking to myself, oh crap, this thing is going to be holding the tire. If it breaks, that thing's falling out, flying down the road, and I'm going to be in trouble. And so, anyways, yeah, that, and then I had to fabricate a transmission mount for a '69 Cougar that I did a whole bunch of work on, and it all turned out to be a big custom job. And okay, so everything is rusted there. Man, I mean, out here we just spray it with penetrating fluid and let it sit, for a few hours if you can. But I mean, out there, man, that exhaust looks bad. You might want to get a torch, because now here's the key though. When you get it, when you're doing it, now this is key, and I have learned this. Don't get an air tool. Get a half-inch drive socket and extensions. Bring it down as lowest that you can to where you can get a turn. Get your biggest ratchet and give it a hard, quick break loose. Just try to do that. That first initial turn with a half-inch socket, I think, makes a big difference. I actually do that now. When I break exhaust free, I get all my half-inch stuff, and I get my big ass half-inch ratchet, and I break all of them loose, because the last thing I want to do is drill holes. I don't want to drill holes. So, all right, here we go. Stephen Doolittle, thanks for subscribing to Tech Talking Shop. Here is a hint as to what my name is. You are sending me something to do a video on. Nice. Nice. Oh, I just bought a welding cart. Oh, I know who this is. Yeah. What's up, Jude? I know he was buying a welding cart. Okay, oh, here we go. Here's the answer. All right. Megan's wire feed stick welder is a consumable stick that you have to replace. Okay, but I mean, it's basically the same thing. Because, I mean, the stick is like the wire. You're just feeding it with yourself, with your hand. You know what I really want to do is it TIG welding where they're like stacking? Hang on, somebody in here was doing it. Occupant, was it you stacking dimes? Is that TIG welding? Anybody? I'm pretty sure that's TIG welding. Now that is some badass stuff, and I follow some really cool people on Instagram that do a lot of TIG welding. Pretty sure. Um, I'm pretty darn sure. Okay, yeah. Oh, okay. All right. Thanks, Occupant. And it was you stacking dimes, right, Occupant? I know it was. Oh, okay, okay. Oh, I stick welded in high school or in middle school, high school. I had a metal class and we made a bottle opener. We made a bottle opener and we had to temper it and we made a bottle opener, we had to temper it, and then we had to make a box out of sheet metal, and then we welded, and I took like 12-inch pieces of metal and I bent them into like an S, and then I laid them all around in a circle and I welded them all together, and I made this table that was about, I don't know, about 2 feet wide, maybe 2.5 feet wide, and then I made legs that were the same shape, just a lot longer, and I welded it all together. That was wire welding. That's right. We had to do a whole bunch of different kinds of welding, but it was. I know it was occupant though. I'll be willing to bet on that one. Steven, he's a Ford guy. He's a Ford diesel guy. What's up, Tyrone Trinity? How you doing, brother? Oh, you're doing? Yeah, I know. I saw you doing your welding stuff, Tyrone. That's awesome, man.
Well, why is that?
What?
Where's my baseball gear in here?
Oh, because we're going to be going to the skate park this weekend, right? Before baseball.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Well, there you go.
Oh, is it okay if I play catch with the game?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, awesome. My video is going to be out on Friday, everyone.
Yay!
It was going to be our very first video that we ever did. That was going to be our first way of saying, hey, we're TTS and this is what we're doing. Leave that door open. It's hot in here. All right. Yeah, I'd have to learn. If I had to go work in like the Midwest or whatever, man, I would have to learn. I would have to really, really, really do some like heavy training with torches and all that stuff to really learn. So, all right. So Anthony Tran has a 98 Lexus LX 470 with 225K on it. All joints and control bushings are about due for replacement. Worth the time, effort to press out bushings. Replace the arms, man. I would. I'll just replace the arms. I never even seen replacement bushings. Um, yeah, I've never even been offered a replacement bushing. And then doesn't the arm come with the ball joint too? On that one, a 98. I know Toyotas are weird. Some of them have ball joints with them, and some of them do not. I actually would take the ball joint, like even if I get the new one, because that's got the bolt-on ball joints. I will actually take the new arm that comes with the ball joint, and I actually take the ball joint off to give me more room to get the arm in. Little tip there, if you're Yeah. So yeah, that's what I do. I take that ball joint out to give me more room. So, oh man, 12 packs, $10. Oh, that's awesome, man. I love 805. I want to try the. Have you guys seen the white can? I saw on Instagram. It was the white can. And I even asked the question like, "Hey, where can I find something like that?" And then somebody actually made a comment saying, "Hey, Anthony was asked, or Nuts and Bolts with Tone was asking where he could get the white cans in Northern California." And nothing. And they didn't even reply back. I guess I could probably Google it and find it, but um I'm gonna have to check that out, occupant. I know it was you stacking dimes. I know it was you. I don't know. I'll have to check it out after a while, but I'm pretty sure. So some of the people, um, I'll have to look and see. Uh, there's some, it's really cool. So I love we work in a obviously a male dominated industry. All these industries, metalworking, mechanic equipment, all that stuff. We work in a male dominated industry, but women can do this job. They can do all of these jobs. Maybe they can't pick up the transmission as much as we can. Maybe depending on the woman, can't push the pry bar down as hard. But for the most part, they can do the same thing. And so I actually really there is a lot of women on Instagram that are like full on, technicians, mechanics, welders. There's a lot of really good welders. There's one, oh man, I wish I could remember, but there's a lot of really cool, really talented women in these industries, and it's really cool to see that. So, um, but I'll let you know. I have to look it up and see. Yeah, because that control arm, the ball joint comes with the arm, so that way you don't have to worry about the ball joint either. So, and then do your links while you're at it, your sway bar links, because if your arms made it this long, you're gonna need your links. So, Anthony Tran, do those sway bar links for sure, man. Yeah, and they should come with bushings and ball joints. Some of them don't. I've got some that don't come with ball joints. So you got a nice Lexus, Anthony. I like that um, uh, 470. That was the SUV, right? The one you said. Hang on, let me go back up there and see. I don't know why I'm going back up because I already know it's the I already know it's the SUV, but I just want to see for sure. No, I can't find it. I know it's the SUV though. Like a GX 470, right? Wasn't that what it was? Um, oh, okay. Well, what is the difference between with that and I thought cerveza was just beer, or is cerveza something different? Because I thought cerveza was just beer in Spanish. I don't speak Spanish, so don't shoot me. Wow, that's messed up, AgTech.
Huh?
And you can't sit, and you can't let your car idle in Canada either. Is that all of Canada, AgTech? I know when we went to Ottawa, we got to the store, and I went in to get something, and they turned the car off, and I was like, "Why'd you guys turn the car off?" And they're like, oh, it's illegal to leave the car idling. Period. You can't leave the car idling at all. Same here, Anthony Robles. That's right. That's right. That's right. Yeah. That's exactly what I thought. Thank you, Anthony. I appreciate that. I've worked on a lot of those. Gabby Downing. I've never heard of her. Okay. Nice. And she has SK as a sponsor. Oh, nice. I know that there's nobody can see you over there, boss. And then there's one, it's Cuba's Garage. Cubas. Like Cuba. Pretty sure it's Cuba's Garage. She has a channel with like a lot of diagnostics and stuff like that. Oh, and in Saskatchewan, they don't. You can let it idle. It doesn't matter, or you just let it idle. Is that like a? Tell me about. Is that like a Canada law, or is that just an area law? Ag Tech. I don't know much about the different provinces and stuff like that. I just know I was in Ottawa, and that's where my wife's my wife's family. Most of them live in Ottawa area. Miller Lite tonight. Nice, Jude. All right, Durf. I appreciate you joining the chat, brother. I'm not far behind. I'm gonna have to go in and support the wife. Yes. Yeah. Kuba. One night, we were on. I was on with Justin one night. It was me and Justin, and man, I swear it was like West Main Auto and Paulie's. I think Paulie's Diag, and Kuba was on there, and Kuba and this other guy were in the shop diagnosing this Honda, and they had two Pico scopes hooked up to this car at the same time. They had more leads spread out on this car than I owned, and I actually thought I owned quite a bit. So, yeah, she just did one, and she does all of her videos in she does one in English and one in Spanish. So if you ever wanted to just if you're a Spanish speaking person, there you go. Oh, okay. Yeah, it was in Ottawa. I don't know. We stopped at the store, and it was just that's just what they told me. So I don't know, but anyways, well, hey guys, I hate to cut this short this week. Having a good time tonight, but I'm going to go check in on Mrs. Nuts and check on the kids because I'm on kid duty. No, I'm just kidding. They're out playing anyways. Um, so, anyways, hit that like button on the way out if you don't mind. Yep, there you go. So, anyways, everyone, hey, thank you for joining tonight, and I will see you next week. I'll see you on Wednesday. So, good night, everyone. Take care.